Okay guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Ticket to Ride, which is the Game of the Year Spiel des Jahres 2004 award-winning game. That is a German game award. It's one of the highest ones you can actually get, so it's definitely well deserved. By the way, during the video you'll probably hear my bird George. Say hi, George. He'll probably just be ringing his bells and chattering away like he actually does. So the object of this cross-country train adventure game is basically to interconnect routes from one town to another and try and get as many points as you can. So as you can see, there are different tracks all over the board that are different colours, and around the outside of the board you can see your points. These are your markers where you can keep track of your score, and that's all around the edge of the board. Now you do have these cards here which show you the links where you need to make. Now no one else can see these cards, they're purely for yourself. So in your hand you might, for example, have Dallas to New York, and if you complete that track you get 11 points. So as you can see, it's here on the blue line, Dallas all the way to New York. So to complete your train tracks across in between different cities, you have different colour tracks. So to complete from New Orleans to Atlanta, you would either have to have 4 yellow or 4 orange carriage cards. So your carriage cards are different colours, and there is a multicoloured one which is a wild card, essentially, so you can use as any colour. If you put 4 down of the same colour, either orange or yellow in this situation, you can build your track from New Orleans to Atlanta. So some sections of the board don't actually have a colour. For example, from Phoenix to El Paso, it is all greyed out. So in that situation, you would just put down 3 carriages of the same colour. So for example, if it was my turn and I was black and I had 3 green carriages, I could then complete this track by putting my carriages down from Phoenix to El Paso. Now when planning different routes, you'll find that if someone has already claimed a section of rail, you can't actually use that as well. Except for in those situations where you have, for example, San Francisco to Salt Lake City, because you've got 2 lots of tracks. So as you can see at the moment, yellow's using it, but if red needed to use it, or any other colour, green for example, then they would be able to use that as well, as it's a double track. But from Portland to Salt Lake City, it is only usable by 1. So you do kind of need to plan ahead, because you never actually know if someone else is going to take your line, and you might find that you're going to have to go around the long way rather than the quickest way through. There is an option where you can, if you build the longest track, you do get extra points as well. So keep that in mind when you are playing. Now your other players cannot see what tracks you are building or how much they cost. You get to start off with 2 or 3 tracks in your hand, and you do get to pick up more once you complete them. So you can actually get through by making lots of little tracks, or you might find that you do try and aim for the longest track. Even though this game is quite versatile in how you play it, if you do decide you're starting to get sick of the map of America, there are other versions that have come out since then. They don't interlink at all, they're completely separate, standalone playable games. So for example, there's Germany, there's France, there's Switzerland, there's Asia, there's even ones where you can go rails and sea, so you can head into the ocean as well. So if you do decide that you want to mix it up a little bit and not play the same old map, there are other versions out there. So this game is 2 to 5 players, and it's ages 8 and up, so it's basically something that the whole family can play. It takes anywhere between half an hour to an hour. It really just depends if you've got people who like to think and take their time or deciding what routes they want to plan, or if you have people who want to go with the flow. But overall, this is the easiest game. It doesn't take that long to learn how to actually play, and it's fun, it's simple, it's straightforward, and in my opinion, it's never boring, because like I said, there's so many different combinations of how you get across the map. It's not like you're playing the same thing again and again. So this is definitely one to add to your collection, and it won't disappoint by no matter who's playing it. So Ticket to Ride and the other versions of Ticket to Ride are available on our website, www.popempire.com.au. We only ship to Australia, sorry guys, but definitely jump on and add this one to your next order.